And the sound is live. Everything's live. All right. Man,
Woo!
everything moved. Why did everything move? Sorry, I've got a new overlay and it's looking kind of crappy.
The turtle.
The what?
The turtle moves. It's Discworld
Oh,
from Small Gods. The figure.
Atwin.
Uh, what was that?
The great Atwin.
Yes, but the
Yes.
figure who's basically the faux Leo uh, says the turtle moves instead of the Earth moves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha, yeah. Actually, Small Gods was the first Discworld book I ever read, but I've only read it once, and that was decades ago. So I don't remember much
Small Gods
except for why Atwin was going to the place that Atwin was going. I remember that.
wasn't it like turtle mating season or something?
Yeah, yeah. She was going to lay her eggs. She had to lay them near the sun so they would hatch. But Discworld was getting hotter and hotter as she was doing this.
Are you sure that was Small Gods? I don't think that was Small Gods.
Nope, not sure at all.
Okay, Small Gods is the one about and the god Om, who is the tiny little and I don't know.
Okay. Well, I remember that from like a long time ago, so who knows. Anyway, we're here to do a ditch diggers. Before we get
We
started,
are.
I just want to apologize for being MIA lately, guys. I finally, honest to God, started doing my uh getting the archives in shape. And I've been talking about this for over a year. And I finally just sat down to do it. And it has taken a lot of hours and hundreds of episodes. Not, well, maybe 1,000 if you combine Ditch Diggers and I Should Be Writing. Just so
You
many.
talking about this just made me realize I have not taken my ADHD. Keep talking, and I'm going to go do that.
Great, great. I will continue. Don't go, Rosa. Then dog cam will just be mess cam. Oh. Oh well. What the hell is up with the chat here? This is not right. It's so not right. Oh, I see. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. It's the curse of the new overlay. No, that's not working at all. Wow, that looks awful. Why? I just don't fucking know, y'all. I'm just gonna turn this one off and we're gonna look at a little bit of mess and a blue box. There we go. I'm so glad I chose this overlay. Anyway, I am like 99% done. The problem is I've been 99% done for a while now and I keep finding more stuff to do. Like, for example, I just got through season 18, which was, you may guess, the reason why episodes, no, years 2021 and 2022 were there were a lot of episodes. So I was getting in the 70s and 80s that year. And so those two seasons were very daunting. And 2018 said it had 78 episodes, but yeah, I did a lot. The numbering's off somewhere. Libsyn doesn't make it easy for you to see the actual number of the episode you're looking at. My intros, more often than not, are this is season 18 episode, I don't know. So
Yeah, that's a problem.
I'm like, all I have to do is find out which one's name numbered twice or which one is missing, and then I will be done. And I've learned a lot of things moving forward. And I feel like I need to apologize to all the listeners, whoever stuck around, because there was a lot back then that I just did not want to fucking do the production, and it shows. And I'm very sorry. Either it doesn't sound good or it sounds good, but the show notes are a sentence with no links.
Yes, but if they're still here listening to you, it's obvious that that did not stop them.
True, anybody who I drove away won't be listening to this, so
Yes,
okay.
so clearly people value what you have to say regardless of production value.
Thank you, Ursula. That means a lot. But yes, I will be, God willing, on the creek don't rise tomorrow on Patreon and Instagram and Blue Sky. I'll be announcing when I'm releasing certain seasons, and some of them will be free, and some of them will be for a small fee, and some of them will, but all of them will be free to Patreon supporters. Yeah. And then that's like I'll have this huge weight off myself and be able to like, oh right, now I can put out all the other fires that caught on fire while I've been doing these archives, which is why I didn't want to do them, because I knew fire. But we can get started. Are you ready, Ursula?
Yay!
Okay.
I'm ready.
Oh wait, let me say hey to chat first. We got Ian here. Hey Tom, the Fump is here. Follow the Fump if you guys like funny music. Tom does at least one live show a week, right? Kids Are Asleep is here. The Sun one was a Last Hero. The thing is, I don't remember reading The Last Hero, but it's possible I did.
Okay. Yes, because that's the one I haven't read.
Okay.
And
but you knew about Atuin
yeah.
and the ground, the going to the nesting grounds.
No, it just seemed the reason that a turtle would go anywhere.
I forget you're the turtle whisperer.
Well,
Oh boy.
a whisperer per se.
Yes, you are a whisperer.
A person who moved many a turtle off the road.
Yes. They're talking about Discworld books. Crystal Briar's here. Can't sort by date. I can sort by date, Ian, but it looks like I've made mistakes on when things were. The numbers may not don't neatly slot into the dates. And it seems that in early 2023 I posted all of the old episodes from 2022, because you've got like 22 episodes and then a beginning of the year 2023. It's like what it's called. And then after that are a couple more NaNoWriMo episodes, which is why I'm hating myself in the past, because it's so amazing that I've worked so hard to complicate this. It's just not. It's like I've told everybody, my husband, my kid, that no, when my kid was in the Girl Scouts, I could not be Cookie Mom, because every time I count a large number of something, I come up with a different number. They don't want me as Cookie Mom. I will burn the place down, not on purpose. So yeah, now I have like 77 or 78 episodes, and yeah, they're almost ready. They're almost done. I just need to figure out what's misnumbered or double numbered or missing or whatever. So anyway, yes, Devo Spice, the Fumpcast is Thursday nights at 10. And you do interviews and play the latest funny music from the Fump, right? I believe that. Anyway, go follow the Fump. And follow the Kids Are Asleep, who's my family and I've actually been spending a lot of time together in the evening, so this means I miss Valerie's streams. I'm very sorry, Valerie. Anyway, we will get started. Here we go. And I know the number this time. Hopefully every time in the future. Coming to you live from the Ditch Diggers Dance Rehearsal Studio. It is the Ditch Diggers with Mur Lafferty and Ursula Vernon, Season 12, Episode 2.
Yay!
Yeah,
we have numbering.
Yeah. I worked hard on this. Yeah, I would have liked to have had more by now. It's mid-February, but you know, I've been working on a whole lot of back end for the both podcasts, so I'm not too sorry. But Anyway, I'm glad to be back here talking to you about various things with writing and business. How are you, Ursula?
I'm not too bad. I'm alive, and nothing seems to be on fire. So,
That's
by my
amazing.
standards, well,
That's great. Um, yeah, me too. I'm doing the thing of like things are stressful, but I seem to be handling things, so I guess that's good. I don't know.
yes, that's
Um,
very good. My big news, such as it is that Kevin officially retired from tech
yep,
and
congrats.
he is working as my assistant part time and doing and so
Um, are you guys doing that LLC give yourselves a paycheck kind of thing? Did you hear me? Are you
yes, I
there?
did. Yes,
Oh,
we
okay.
are doing the thing. That is the thing we are doing.
I'm sorry. I don't know if you cut out or not. I didn't hear anything. Okay. So,
No, I lost my network connection and now it's trying to
yeah, that was very timely. Timely. Lost my connection. Now yeah. Hey, there you are. That was perfect timing. That was kind of funny actually.
barfing. Uh, yes, yeah, we are doing the thing where, in theory, the pays us, although they don't pay Kevin very much. Uh, Assistant is not a thing that the IRS paid a lot. So we're trying it. The tax guy says that it makes years, so I don't know.
Yeah. Um I've heard of the LLC thing, but know nothing about it, says Crystal Breyer in chat. I think it would be good to get an expert on. So we need to figure out who to talk to, who would be on the show for that. Because I know only tangential stuff. Essentially, you build up this, you've got a company, and then you and whoever's with you get a paycheck from that company. So
Yeah, it's it's like being self-employed except with more steps.
yeah, but also you can like get health insurance through your company or something.
Yes, and
Um,
then your health insurance is tax deductible and expense,
yeah.
which is the reason we currently have health insurance.
Well, anyway, your connection is flagging a little bit, and my brain is fried. So let's get to our topic before your connection or my brain cut off. Um, I call
My
this
brain could also be like, I'm not vouching for the quality of my brain here.
yes, but one of your superpowers is to just get on a subject and talk, even if you don't know what you're talking about, or at least
That is
fool
true.
everybody to think what you know what you're talking about. And this network connection makes you go quiet, so that's how I know it's not your brain.
That is logic, isn't?
Yeah.
Yes.
Is it safe on self-employment tax? I don't know, Ian. I don't feel comfortable answering detailed questions because I don't want to send anybody off on the wrong level. Kids Are Asleep
I
is
think
suggesting a couple of mutual people we know to talk to who might be on the show, so that might be good.
yeah, I would not dare to approach it myself.
Yeah.
I paid some nice people to do the thing, and
Yes.
occasionally they're like, "We require this form," and I'm like, "Okay."
Okay. Well, I called today's episode what do K-pop idols have that we don't have? And this is because I've been becoming a fan of some K-pop groups and their machine.
Was it K-pop Demon Hunter that did it to you?
Probably. I'd been wanting to look up some bands before then, but I realize this is probably the equivalent of the Gap ad getting people into big band a couple of years ago, a couple of decades ago. But I'm not ashamed. It was an amazing movie, and I found some really cool fans because of it. So nah, if you're about to make fun of me.
I'm not about the bird with the hat, man.
The bird with the hat, exactly. It's got a bird with a hat. Um, anyway, but they don't just put out albums, they put out albums and photo cards and books with the albums of just more photos of these very attractive Korean people. And but they also do fan events, which I really can't see, you know, Taylor Swift or the Rolling Stones sitting behind a table in a big room like at a science fiction convention and just talking face to face with all these fans. These people have millions of worldwide fans and they still do these fan events. And one thing that's very obvious in looking at some of these is that they get a shit ton of training. They are told how to, present themselves, how to take on fans, and probably how to take on fans that are utterly, completely starstruck and possibly weeping. Uh-oh, we've lost Ursula. And you're back. Okay.
I'm back. Yes.
Yes.
I lost it the day I'm training to take on fans that are utterly and completely.
Yes. Yes. Fans that are so emotionally tied to you. They're having a very emotional reaction to just meeting you kind of thing. And they all know. I've seen people talk to like some of these idols and just nothing too weird. I don't know if they, just don't post those online, but they're just like these guys are like 25, 26 and they're still just being calm and friendly but giving, and it's the kind of thing that I wish I could do during signings or public events, but nobody teaches us this. Now granted, I will never have that kind of following, but still. So you
When
said you
you're
had like 3 signings in 2 weeks. So I want to
yes,
talk to you about what your experience has been most recently.
uh, honestly, it's been good. I mean, everyone is very nice. The I had last weekend I had one on Sunday, and then this last weekend I had went through. I had one Saturday, and it was all good. The one advantage we have, I think, K-pop stars is that fewer are likely to be either creepy stalkers, just fall into incoherent screaming and sobbing.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not complaining.
But you have
I
had
don't.
that,
I
haven't
have
you?
had people become extremely emotional once or twice, and uh, if the thing that to do at that point is I'm like I do not want to feel embarrassed about later about the fact that they used the tears or whatever.
Yeah.
So I am usually like, hey, it's okay. Can I hug you or whatnot? And then there's hugging. I'm like, it's fine. You're here. We've all been there. It's okay. And uh, hopefully that makes them feel like later. I don't know. It's hard to know what to do in that situation. And the thing that I suppose is sort of interesting is that I with emotional outbursts from other people about as well feel with chainsaw wielding maniacs. So this is like like but I'm very calm when it is fans on the other side of the table. It's I think I'm doing the I'm LARPing as an introvert or an extrovert. I am LARPing as T Kingfisher, and T Kingfisher is chill in those situations.
Wow.
Uh, Whereas Ursula at home is like, I wish to go into the bedroom and not come out again.
Yes, and no one perceive me, no one notice me, please. Um,
Yes, but yeah, I don't know if there's like like training would be nice. A supposed they were going to give me training for school visits
Yeah, I was about to ask because
when I
you've
was
done a
doing
lot of
tours.
school stuff and you've been sent on official book tours by publicists, and they usually want you to be good with people. So Tor
Uh,
hasn't, or your kids' publishers haven't done that?
well, none of the adult people have, I don't know if it's because people at Tor have like met me in person and are like, no, she's fine. She is not going show up wearing bear skins and drooling or something. Uh,
I
they're afraid of actually.
okay.
I, I
But
was reaching for a
I
description
know
and
I was
yeah,
following you. I was following you. I just got confused when we got
yeah.
there.
And for the school visits, though, they were supposed to give me training, and they were like, "Send you to New York for training," and I'm like, "Great." And they send me to New York, and they're like, "We don't actually training, but do your presentation for this group of teams." And I'm like, "What presentation? That was what we were training for." And so I did it, which was awkward because they were teenagers, and my was for fourth and fifth graders, and so it didn't go that well. And then they just kicked me out the door, and I had watched a couple of videos. They were not training; they were just one dude who was good at doing it, and they were. But I'm like, okay, I will attempt to do this, and there was a lot of learning on the fly. There was one, like the first school I went to, uh, I my little presentation thing that I had, and then okay, how much longer do we have? And they're like 30 minutes, and I'm like, fuck my life. Which is where I basically spontaneous because I do like I have no association with small children doing this. I did not have kids. My steps were already like aging out of that when I showed up,
Mm-hmm.
and so I for babysitting my life. I was an only child. So this was like a terrifying experience. And I am having to come up with on the fly, basically a school interactive, let's make up a story together thing. I came up with while I was, the idea basically hit me as I am staring at a auditorium full of children
Mm-hmm.
and having to basically improv the entire thing. And uh, I am good at improv, but it does rank among the most horrifyingly stressful experiences of my life. Uh,
I have a kid,
yeah.
and that still the thought of it stresses me out. I recently went to Confusion in Detroit, an excellent con, and I've missed going. I've missed it for several years because of COVID and then inertia, I think. But we did a panel based on like I think we called it authoring 2.0 and how to deal with things like you've been you're a guest of honor, you're nominated for an award, or you're even just a panelist or something. And when these things happen to you, people don't tell you what that means, and especially because cons are all different.
Oh yeah.
There's like I'm friends with Andrea Phillips, who was the guest of honor, the fan guest of honor at Confusion, and I got to ride with her handler, sort of, and her to a quick errand when I got there, and they said they were talking about stuff in when you're guest of honor, you always get like this basket of stuff from the con, and oftentimes it has something to do with the area. So you get like area snacks or area drinks, or if you like alcohol, sometimes they'll give you, if they're famous for whatever, some sort of alcohol coming out of that area, and you drink alcohol. Sometimes you'll get a book. Sometimes you'll get pins. Sometimes you'll get kitschy toys from the dollar store. But one thing they usually do is ask you what you want. And that is so broad, I never, ever know what to do. And Andrea's handler was talking to me about how, like, frustrating it is for them to not get any answers. And I'm like, I don't,
Oh yeah.
what do you want? I mean, like, Babylon 5 was based on that. Galactic War was based on that question. So I kind of wanted to narrow it down a little bit. And so I did learn a little bit about that. But, also sometimes, oftentimes they'll give an hour to the guest of honor, but they don't tell you what that hour is.
Oh no,
Sometimes, hopefully, it's an interview.
uh, interviews are the easiest,
Yes,
definitely.
but sometimes they're just like, okay, here you are. Here's your stage. Get on the thing for an hour. And like, what? It just, my bad experience at Albacon. That was one of the lesser bad things that happened. But the fact that the fire alarm went off during my guest of honor thing, I saw that as an easy escape. But again, something like I just
Yeah.
didn't know how to handle it. And the problem with my topic here is that I don't know if either of us knows. You're talking about um LARPing an
An
extrovert.
extrovert.
And I suppose when people are showing you such fandom, you just be kind and
Oh
grateful.
God,
But
yeah, no. I the one thing I want them like we've all had the experience of going up to an author and like asking to for a signature or whatever, telling them that their book and you
changed your
loved it,
life,
and then
yeah.
and or not talking to the person next to them or something like that. It's horrible. I don't want anyone who comes out to see me to go away having had that experience.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, sometimes I'm just like, LARP that you are Mary Robinette Cole.
Oh, wow.
Going to be gracious and competent if it frickin' kills you. And so these are not things that necessarily come easily to many of us, but you do what you can, and you don't succeed every single time, but you try.
Mm-hmm.
But it would be lovely, yes, if there was like training for when comes up to you and does X, you do Y.
Yeah. So, what I've come up
Yeah.
with also is not be afraid to ask questions when you are put in a position of um, a guest of honor, or you're new to signings, or you're new to having people in your signing line, or
Yes.
you're nominated for an award. You can ask people who have experience. You can ask, if you're the guest of honor and don't know what to do, you ask the con what they expect from you. If you're like suddenly realize you're going to have people in your signing line, you've never had that, talk to a more experienced author. And yeah, just I think we're all also assuming if they didn't tell us how to do it, they must assume we know. And so if we show that we don't know how to do it, then we're going to look like idiots. And
If I will say on the would you like thing, you can never go wrong telling them of soft drink or whatever you drink. I'm always like, I would love some cans of LaCroix or some kind of sparkling water,
yeah,
mineral water, whatever, as long as it's carbonated. And that usually at least gives them a.
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But I've heard like some people ask for expensive booze. Some people ask for like a signed picture of somebody famous from that area or something, or just
wow,
really
it never even occurred to me to ask for.
see. So
I've always felt a little guilty. Somebody asked, "What would you like?" and I said a cheese plate, and they did it, and I was like, I was joking. But
yeah, my big experience was at VCon, which was my first guest of honor experience, and they were very very kind. Where they it was like my last day there or something, and they're like, "Please tell us what you want. Can we do anything for you? You're our guest of honor. We want to give you attention and stuff." And I'm like, my hands are cold. And so they ran over to the art show where a knitter had put her stuff up for the art show, and there were fingerless gloves over there. And so they brought the fingerless gloves back to me and very
Oh my
proudly gave it
god!
to me. And I was like, wow, that
Wow,
was impressive.
that is amazing. I have occasionally had luck somewhere that is not in my usual stomp to be like, can you tell me where a good bird watching is, and maybe have someone drive me over there or something.
Right.
Uh, uh, yeah, that's always. I never want to ask for too much because I'm like, you're really busy,
Yeah.
and like, and also I think there's a certain, not necessarily syndrome, but the, you know, we all know a big deal we aren't, like,
Yeah.
and so even if honor, we're like, look, I'm not going to act like a celebrity here and make demands.
Yeah.
Just some weirdo that you were nice enough to fly out.
Yeah. Well, what
Um,
what have you learned in your time? Let's focus on your adult fans. In the time where I mean, you've always had pretty rabid fans, starting with your art. But is there anything that you wish you knew in your early career of being an adult for adult authors that you know now and wish you did know before?
the let me think. The just as a detail, if you're doing signings like a big server, bring some book plates along
Yes.
because there's always going to be a person who is like, my friend loves your stuff and couldn't be, and and I will be like, me to sign a book plate for them. I am happy to do that,
Yeah.
and that is usually, I have all your books. I left them at home. I wanted to tell. So okay, would you like a book plate or two for those books?
Yeah.
That thing, they're inexpensive. They travel well, and happy.
Yeah. That
God
is good
damn, my
advice.
terrible.
Sorry?
My network is terrible. It keeps dropping. Um, the other thing is the one thing that took me a long time to get used to, people giving me gifts,
Yeah.
because it took me a while to be because if somebody gives me a gift, I have an obligation to give something back, and it took a while to realize that people giving me gifts because they feel like they had an obligation, that I gave them something and they
Yeah.
want to give back,
Yeah. They're the ones
and
giving back.
it's like, but you bought the book, like that. That is
We had our transaction.
beginning and end of your obligation. We have, but uh, having to learn to be uh, to gifts well and graciously, and not like a deer in the headlights, uh, and going, I don't know how to pay you back for this. And also the one I still am not good at is, some every now and again will show up and be like, I drove for 6 hours, and I'm like, we have 30 seconds in a signing line, and don't know if there's anything I can do in that 30 seconds that will make the
Yeah.
drive worthwhile. Yeah, I, sometimes I'm like a little panicking.
But you also know that, like, seeing you in panels or doing interviews or, uh oh, we lost her again. We'll wait a moment. There you are.
Yeah, I am sorry.
That's all
The
right.
internet is really jumpy today.
Yeah.
It's easier, I think, on things where I've been on panels. Like if I've given it or something, that's much easier.
Yes.
The one thing I've noticed is that, like, small bookstores, cons, you give talks. Uh, like a Barnes and Noble or a chain, it's like you're signing at X time, and
Yeah.
frequently you aren't giving like a talk or anything because they either don't have regular events like that, or they just don't have the and traffic to like set up, that without it becoming a crisis. I don't know,
Yeah.
but I have. I think it's a lot easier when you have done a talk. Okay, well, they saw the talk, they laughed, we're all good.
Mm-hmm.
I am still a bit worried about a nice woman who showed up in might have been Manchester, somewhere in the UK, and had come in from Italy
Oh,
because she was,
wow.
and I am like, oh my god. Uh, and I think I literally said there is nothing I can do in the 30 seconds to make that trip worth. My God, that's and so we wound up taking 3 minutes because I'm like, where in Italy? She ran a bookstore in Italy and was like, I'm signed, and I'm like, talk to my publisher, I would be delighted. Uh, but yeah, it, it's a thing, and also one thing you touched on with the K-pop thing to go back to a different tangent. Uh, I think if you are a male author, you are working hard, hopefully, to go. Don't be creepy. Don't be creepy. Don't be, don't like that could be construed. If you're a female author, uh, well, I am not 25, and also I I am going to be judged on in some fashion, and that's worse online. Person, God knows. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think any person cares because most people who are also in that boat. Uh, I let people take photos. I take selfies with me, whatever. I'm like, yes, I'm going to look like a vampire chipmunk when this goes on Instagram, but such is life.
The thing is, I don't think they're thinking that. They're thinking, oh my God, I got to meet T. Kingfisher.
Well,
Look, I have
absolutely.
proof.
I it's one of the things where I have gotten over my insecurity about my appearance kind of thing because it is meaningful for them. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
aged and frumpy and have neck wrinkles, but life.
Yeah. Yeah. Age comes for us all. Um, yeah, I was gonna say something, but I can't remember. I think taking a page out of Keanu Reeves's book, which I don't think this is nothing he has said, but this is something you've seen in photo after photo that fans have had with him. He doesn't touch them. He will put his arm around their shoulders or around their waist, but he doesn't actually touch them.
Yes.
And that seems just like a good baseline of res- giving the people the warmth and familiarity that they crave from you on a parasocial level, but still keeping a professional distance and saying this is nothing else than this picture. And
Yeah.
also, if you can't take my hand on your shoulder or your waist and make it feel creepy. So I think
The
that's, yeah.
yeah, which again I think is more of a worry for probably male authors than us, but it's still some of that. I will also say that you have to learn to make small talk if you are because people show up and hand you their book and look at you, and one of you, if they don't say something, you should,
Yeah.
otherwise it is their memory is both of you with silence, and that's not what I want them to go away from. So
Yeah.
know, cycle through they need to memorize like 5 or 10 different openers, like "Thank you for coming, signing," uh, on the book if they're wearing something neat, "I love your earring.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, can I read your shirt?" Something like that. Sometimes, so are you local to say, but Santa Fe was where I was last time.
Right.
Uh,
Um,
or, yeah, if there's weird weather, uh, the local is more of uh, if you have, that's more of a, if they say thank you for, coming to, I got a lot of "thank you for coming to Santa Fe. No one ever comes here." And I'm like, happy to,
mm-hmm.
are you local here, or, kind of thing. And then you can talk about, uh, if you have nothing else, ask people, what recommend, if they could recommend a good restaurant in the area.
Mm-hmm.
You end up going to it. Uh, they first of all, you get a lot of good restaurant suggestions, and secondly, it's an icebreaker that is not weird in any way,
And you
and
could like
most people,
post on socials later, hey, I went to this restaurant. Thanks, fan who sent me here, kind of thing. That would probably be a
and it's even people who are starstruck and dead silent or whatnot will usually be to come up with something like that because it's a different part of the brain thing.
yeah.
You will get people who they will say something and will be like, I am trying not to fangirl or whatnot. I hear that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Tell them the story. I'm always like, you are doing much better than I did the first time I rest people. And usually that makes them laugh and, whatnot. And they are still uh, I will tell them the story of how I met Peter S. Beagle at 2 a.m. and gibbered. And usually that at least gets us through the signing part.
Yeah. I will also recommend something that I don't do and I need to, which is have a set thing that you put in people's books. Because if you don't know how, if you don't know something specific about them, like, you'll sign a book different for your friends than you will a stranger. But you could have a couple of ideas to say, to put in your book. Because sometimes I open the book and my mind is a blank. And here's the bad one. What do you do for multiple books? You've got like your clever thing you put, and then they give you book two. And I'm like, well, I can't put the clever thing for book one and book two, but I can't just sign book two. And I just
Usually write
really,
their name and like for so and so and then sign.
yeah. Well, I mean,
Uh,
I do that,
if
of course. And I only spell their name wrong a couple of times.
I have worked out a system for spelling the name wrong, when
How?
I've
What? Teach me.
it's I actually learned to do this on the Digger Kickstarter, which is that I write the name. It is spelled wrong, and if I'm using Sharpie, I have to get a fine point. I will write, "I am very sorry. Your name is spelled X. I apologize. I'm very tired. I will draw you the wombat of apology," and then I draw a wombat saying sorry. And the thing is that what people want is like a personalized sort of experience. So, like, uh, pretty every time they go away delighted with that because if they know that I saw had an interaction and they have a now much rarer thing
So your
in hand.
misspelling is the upside down plane stamp.
Essentially, yes.
Yeah, I had a friend who, she admits essentially her mother knew what she wanted to call her baby, and then after birth she was very tired, as one is after pushing out a human, and her father wrote it on the birth certificate and wrote it in a way that no one had ever used or seen just way too many vowels, many different places. And even though I knew that, I still spelled her name wrong. And then I wrote this very long diatribe against her father underneath it, blaming him for everything. So I think
Exactly.
she liked that.
And in my experience, it's funny, and people think that sort of thing is great. Like when I was doing the Digger Kickstarter and personalizing like 3,000 things, and I posted online every now and again. I will misspell one, and if so, I know it is this. Here's the wombat of apology. And I had people posting, "Man, I spell my name."
Yeah.
It's yeah, it is not the end of the world. Panic. You can recover if you are calm and funny.
Yeah. Or one time the
Funny, it wouldn't
woman
be right.
really did look unhappy that I misspelled her name. And so I bought her another book and kept the
Yeah, that's
misspelling.
also an option.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to talk about the AI thing, but we've used our hour, and your your connection is dropping. So, do you want to try to get together next week, or will the New York Times thing be old
Oh, I'm
news?
sure we can give. You'll see. I don't think the it is going away as a god damn it.
You okay? Are you there? Oh no. Oh boy. Yes, Ursula has dropped again. Um, and now she's back.
And now I'm back. Yes, we'll try again later, either next week or the week after. We'll see where we're at.
Yeah, and we'll talk about, and if you want to follow up, there's a woman who's been writing a whole bunch of AI books and being real proud of it and putting them on Kindle. And
Using 21 different pen names. And I'm like, if you have to use that many pen names, it's because no one is second book.
yeah, so we have opinions. So we will
So
get to
many.
that, I guess, next time. Ursula, tell us where you are, where to find you online, and if you have any upcoming appearances.
You can find me online, Blue Skies T Kingfisher, or you can go to redwombatstudio.com. It has a list updated of my appearances
Wow.
for so we got that going
Your
for us.
assistant's really making his money already.
Yes, at the moment he's trying to filter my email.
Oh my.
I wish him joy of it. Where can we find you?
You can find me at merverse.com. I'm on Instagram as Mighty Mer2, and I'm on Blue Sky as Mighty Mer, and you can just follow my Patreon and get like my normal newslettery updates, or you can become a patron and get all those archives of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes I mentioned before. So, at patreon.com/mightymer. And if you're listening to this later, if you want to check us out live, we try to do every other Monday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time on twitch.tv/mightymer. And if you want to listen to it later, you can check out the podcast. Just search for Ditch Diggers or Mer Lafferty. I've been around enough to know I've made a. Maybe people don't know me, but the algorithm does. And so if you, I'm really easy to find if you know what to search for. Yeah, I'm looking to see who's online. And Intelligame is playing Final Fantasy X. Wow. We will go check out Intelligame. Intelligame does, as you might guess, intelligent comments on games and how games interact with pop culture and society and all that. He's really very thoughtful and very awesome person. So I recommend that. And we will hopefully see you in a week or two. We'll let you know. Thank you, Ursula.
Hopefully my internet will be better then.
Yes, that too. And thank you all for coming to the
The thing.
Yes, the stream. Sorry, I was
The
checking to make
thing.
sure I typed the wrong thing. I live in fear of misspelling someone's username and just sending people off in the wrong direction. So, yes. And since the archives are almost done, I'll be back recording on Thursday for I Should Be Writing. So don't worry about that. I'm coming back. And yeah, that's about it for me. Thank you guys.
Woo!
Nope, wrong one.